What's up, guys? Thank you for coming back and checking out this video. As you've seen in the intro there, we broke Paul's car pretty good. Did a good job on it. So in this video, you'll get to see the damage, the carnage. We took pictures and videos of everything. This thing died a horrible death. And so we get his car off a trailer, get it unloaded. I put the trailer up, walk out, and I said, oh man, I forgot to put the lock on it. I go back right beside the trailer. I walked right past a rear end that I forgot that we even had. This rear end was out of another car. He launched it at the track on street tires, somehow twisted the tubes in half. Beats me. I don't know how he done that. I've never seen somebody do that on street tires. I've heard crazy stories, never seen it in person till that guy. Forgot I even had this rear end laying there. It's just scrap metal. It's literally no good. Pull the cover off of it. All the guts are perfect. The axles are good, the diff is good, the pinion's good, everything's fantastic. Gears are in great shape. We pull everything out, we slide it all into Paul's car, get everything back together, take it for a test drive, and everything is perfect. Just in time for him to drive it to work on Monday. So break it on Friday, drive it to work on Monday. That was the goal, and we ended up successfully getting it all done. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, come back for future content, because you know we're going to have plenty of it. Like always, make better choices, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace. All right, Paul and Chris are both up. Paul's up against Chris, the turbo car. Here we go. Hope I didn't break. Well, I don't think Chris is going to win this one. So basically the tune that we're on right now, we're still fighting whatever that hiccup is on the 1-2 shift, or it's just before the 1-2 shift. We're still not sure what it is. The last pass was significantly worse, so we reverted back to the last tune where it went 11-1, and we're going to see if it goes backwards to where it's supposed to be. This thing to revert back to where it's supposed to be, that gives us a good idea that it may be tune related, but it's very possible it could be cam phaser related. We're not sure right now. Back up again. Shut it down for a second. I got him in the groove. Let's see how she goes. She did not go. All right, I got the trailer in tow. We're on our way to go rescue Paul. Time to go save him, since I definitely put her in the groove for sure. She was ready to go. She was on a mission, and it was gonna be on a mission. Let me rephrase that. It was gonna be on a mission. I had him in the sticky, and the differential said nope. So what I'm guessing is it ended up breaking the spider gears inside the diff. That appears to be pretty consistent with the type of damage that it's got. I don't think it was a ring gear. I think it was spider gears. So we'll see what we can do about getting that repaired pretty fast and hopefully get it back on the road this weekend. That'd be nice, but first things first, let's go pick Paul up. So it's next day now. As you can tell, it's sunny now. Last night was supposed to be a meteor shower. That's supposed to be pretty cool. Slept right through that. I was dead by the time I got home. We was talking about it and I missed it. Anyways, pushed this thing off the trailer. She's definitely binding up, man. There's something in there. I'm not sure what it is right now. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is, but we don't know exactly what it is yet. So I'm pretty sure the spider gears and the diff exploded. I won't know until we get it apart. We're gonna try to get the transmission out of this Camaro real quick, get this thing in, get the cover off of it, inspect the damages so that we know what parts to order. I think we're gonna put a spool in it, but I'm not entirely sure yet because it's still a street car, but you can still street a spool, but it's more of a race car than it is an everyday daily driver, or well, it was until the Cruise blew up, but you know, that's fine. We'll fix that too, one step at a time. So we're gonna get this thing in there and take a look at it and go from there. Paul, you've broke it.
That I did.
You broke it good. So we got the cover off, and just as we thought, there are pieces of spider gear left. Chunks of spider gear left. Looks like we got a little damage right there on the diff, which is fine because I think we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna have a new gear. We're going to put that 331 or whatever in there in it. It ate the pinion. Got in it for sure. Dang shame. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's missing. We are missing one spider gear. It's just completely missing. It's in the pan. It's down here. Oh, man. So, yeah. So these gears here go in the middle. And these are what control, like when one tire's spinning in a turn versus both of them spinning at the same time. Your fix to this is A, buy a new diff and new gear, or you can reuse used stuff, or your next option is to put a spool in it and a new gear. And what we was gonna do a spool, but I stepped outside and found out. Will you spin that tire down? Down.
Oh my god. I'm tired. Oh my god.
Ooh! I watched her. Rocks fell off a tire. I just watched it jump and skip. Let me set this camera. All right, I got it spun around so that you can see it. As you can tell, one whole spider gear is missing. It is down here in the catch now. So we've got damage here, significant damage here. We can't rotate it very well, so there's significant damage there. Look at that pinion, absolutely chewed up. The ring gear is damaged, it's chewed up. This thing is just, it's trashed. We're going and putting something else in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna back up, we're gonna go pick up gear fluid, and we're gonna go get the forklift and get this spare rear end. And so we got this one here that I just found earlier. So now we're gonna take this one apart and in there, and the axle tubes on this one twisted. And if you were to look at them perfectly straight, well, they're not straight. This one's leaning this way and the other one's up straight. And because this tube twisted, this rear end is trash. The guy bought a new one to replace this one. So we're gonna tear this one apart. We're gonna reuse the ring gear, the pinion, the shims, the diff. We're gonna use everything out of this, except for the axles. We're probably not gonna use the axles. So, Paul, let's get the forklift. Get the forklift, Paul. Just perfect. I don't care. Ew, that's green.
How's it green?
I don't know, but it's... Doesn't make any sense to me. Well, we know somebody's been in it before, but I don't know what they put back in it. Let's turn this around. 180. This bolt right here is an 8mm. You're going to take this one out. When you take it out, this pin right here is going to come out. After you get that pin out, then you'll push the axles forward, pull the C-clips out, and then just slide the axles out the end. And then you take these bolts out of this. When you do that, do not drop any of the shims that hold it in, because we're going to reuse those shims, the gear, everything. We're going to put it all back. I ain't going to help you. I'm just saying. I'm telling you and the viewers now, so you know. So now you're going to take a magnet and boop. There's your C-clip. That's all that holds your axle in. Push that other one in. The axle end.
I bent it. Oh, also Aaron said for future reference, he has stock axles if you ever need them.
I got a spare set too.
I told him you probably did.
We have axles right here.
We got axles here too. Now we got 2 sets of spares plus Aaron's. We got all kinds of them. So here's what we're talking about with the splines. Trying to make sure that they're perfectly straight. We're also going to check his to make sure they're perfectly straight when they come out, but they can twist. Go behind this bolt. Now you're just going to pry towards you a little bit. Oh, that was perfect.
Here it comes. It's coming. Keep going.
It takes 2 people for sure.
Where's these shims at?
So these shims are right
Yeah,
here.
they're on the sides of the bearings.
I'm seeing.
He'll catch them. It ain't as bad as it sounds.
Just his diff's heavy.
Need another pry bar, man.
No, hold on. Go this way.
What?
Get it inside there and pry it out. Just be real easy.
There you go. Is that a crack? No, that's just. There you go.
You have to hold the round part. Paul told me he wanted meatloaf.
I do want meatloaf sometime this week, kind of. Take them off.
Go. should say, well, I've never fit one on one of those cars, but I got some spares here. That's all I got. See, whatever that is what we would be fighting. Trying to push and pull it out. Oh, there you go. Well, some of the gear is there. Some of it is there. Some of it is there. Some of it's not there. Even more of it's not there. We had a rough day. Alright, as you can see, we got some cleaning up to do on the inside here. And got a shim and stuff it looks like we got to put back. Whatnot. Easy stuff, not a big deal. Here is the carnage that we got going on here. Let me get to a better angle. Yep, we totally killed that pinion. It's just trashed. Absolutely murdered it. So, good news is, the ring gear was almost okay. It had a couple little chips out of it. But good news is the new one is in perfect condition. So, we'll be able to just slap it in place of this one, get it ready to go. And I'm not 100% sure we're going to get it finished tonight yet or not. But if not, we'll have it done first thing tomorrow. Alright. So as you can see, Paul's getting ready to tighten that 8 down. We got everything back together. New gears, new pinion. Well, used gears, used pinion. Used everything. Used diff. Bazinga. We've already got the axles back in. So what we are going to do is we were going to try to slam this thing together tonight. It's already midnight, I believe. We're just going to go ahead and wrap it up, call it a night, and we're going to go ahead and put RTV sealant on this. And we're going to put it on this. We're going to get this cleaned up, RTV'd, back on. We're going to get the fill plug out. We're going to let it sit overnight to let the RTV dry up. So tomorrow we'll come back and this thing will be greased up, pan hard rod put back in, and we decided to take the sway bar off for now to see how things go before we put a anti-roll bar on it. Because this stuff, I hate these brackets. They work, right? They clear 15 by 10s, but they're constantly binding up on the control arm mounts. It's just not a good solution to the problem. I mean, look how this one's worn down over the however long it's had those. I don't even know. But, I mean, it's just constantly binding. So your sway bar is constantly fighting itself, which it's, oh, I already threw it out there. Yeah, we're going to call it for the night after we get this cover on. And we'll come back at it tomorrow. It'll start. So bad.
Oh, so much. Brett does have a point. Probably not even leave it open header. So loud.
Alright, open X pipe. So we're back from lunch. Now early dinner, late lunch, whatever you want to call it. So here's our turn downs. You can see they've got a slight curve into them, you know. And I wanted to bring a slight inward curve so that we keep our heat away from our gas tank. Our saddle tank, it's on both sides. What we're going to do now is these two studs here are not used for anything. We're going to run a strap over the top, and we're going to tack these to that strap. So what that's going to do is that's going to keep these pulled up and keep the weight off the collectors up front. And we're going to do a strap here to tie them together. Sorry, I don't know what y'all was looking at. We're going to do a strap here to tie these two together so they don't vibrate and shake separately. So I'm going to go ahead and get this piece cut, the holes drilled and stuff, and we're going to go ahead and get these screwed on and welded on, tacked on there, and try to get this thing finished up. That's all we've got left, and then we'll be done with the dumps. So we got it done. Turned out pretty slick. We got a piece of flat bar there. We just went and got it, welded the resonators to it so it doesn't really move any. Ran these two nuts, those factory studs that aren't used, so that should give us a good tone. Might need to watch this. The welds have started to break where it's rubbed so much. That might be something to keep an eye on in the future, but I think it's gonna sound pretty sweet. Right here, that's what's contacting. So, time to take this thing for a test drive, make sure that the gear fixed it. All right, Paul, let's go for a ride and see how this gear sounds. Ugh. You ready? The dumps sound so good. I love them. Well, the gear feels good.
Does it?
It ain't making any god-awful noises.
Can't hear much.
Is it actually 620 already?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That guy was so debating pulling out in front of us. He was putting a lot of faith in that turn signal. See, it's really not bad. Like this right here is not a big deal. It's just loud when you're pulling like hills and short gears and stuff.
Like that. Got quiet on.
We need to roll into it. We need to get a little throttle in it. You need to hear it at RPM. It just sounds good with a little RPM. There's something truck if you want to.
Still sticky.
Oh yeah. Slick life.